Hey everyone. Boy, I tell you, I need to change my t-shirt and my hat. Anybody see that game yesterday in Oregon and Ohio State? I was born and raised in Toledo, Ohio, and I grew up, it's by Detroit, So I grew up Ohio State Buckeyes in my blood. So I I guess I should change my t-shirt, huh? I tell you. Uh, I was even rooting for Georgia. I live down in Moultrie, Georgia, southwest Georgia Bible Belt by the Florida Georgia borderline for a couple of years. So I was rooting for Georgia, but my friend MJ, they like Penn State, so we always chat about football and that. And Penn State whooped on, Notre Dame whooped on Georgia today. Anyway, I thought I'd ask a few of my friends if it'd be a good idea for me to do a question and answer, because I think I'm a really open person. One of my mottos is, mind like parachute, only work when open. Now, it sounds like something Confucius might say, but I don't think they had parachutes back then. So I have some books to hold up, some objects to hold up, and some art to hold up. And I'm feeling a wee bit chatty tonight. Having a good New Year so far, except for the football. We had fun going out and watching it and everything. So I was going to run through a list of things and go like, these are the things I will and will not talk about. Starting with, I will not talk about religion or Catholicism, and just go off like that. But I'll just mention a range of topics, go through as suggestions. I'd love to talk about religion, whatever, Catholicism. I was an altar boy, went through catechism, was confirmed. I've been into Buddhism since '83, primarily Zen Buddhism. I should do a vlog. We have a great temple up here in Portland called Dharma Rain Temple, and they moved it, and I moved too, so it's closer to me now than it was when I was downtown. But I have statues. There's one of Ganesh. Do you know the story about Ganesh's broken tuft? See, one is shorter than the other there? That one's broken off. A lot of people might think, hey, I bought the statue and it's broken, take it back or something. But no, the story of, well, I'm not going to digress and go into the story. But so that's part of my spirituality. I smudge, and I smudge daily, at least once a day. I smudge for before meditation, before I do like a tarot reading, or before I even gonna draw maybe, before the Monday Night Live show. So sure, anything Buddhism, spirituality, meditation, religion, it's all open. They say religion is for people who are afraid to go to hell, and spirituality is for those who have been to hell and don't want to go back. I have a lot of, and then politics, all right? I'll talk about politics. I've been a bleeding heart Kennedy liberal since I could vote. When I turned 18, the first thing I could do is vote. But so I pretty much am liberal, little art thing. Spirituality wise, here's a painting. I gave the original to MJ, but I did that last year. Let's see. Portland, Oregon. I've lived up here for 15 years now, mostly. I do a lot of self-portraits. Well, once in a while, I do portraits and pet pet drawings for people, and uh, dogs, cats. I had babies. This is all recent stuff. But I love Portland. I love the Pacific Northwest. I just saw Waiting for Godot last month. I was going to go to the art museum today, but it's raining cats and dogs, and to see Paul McCartney's photo exhibit from the '60s and the Beatles. It's touring the country. But I went to a powwow New Year's Eve. A lot of stuff to do in Portland. I really enjoy it. I have a lot of tattoos. I've been getting them since I was 16. I was young. Boy, it was crazy. I could talk about that. I like to draw tattoos. I've drawn several. I don't like put them on myself, of course, but talk about that. You talk about Ireland, Erie. My claim to fame, I was over there once on scholarship for a few months. Here's a copy of the Bhagavad Gita. I really enjoyed this book, this text, and I love saying it. Bhagavad Gita. So I'll talk about Ireland all the time. I have not been to Ulster. I haven't been up north to Belfast, but toured around Newgrange. Google that. It's a real spiritual site. I was over there studying Joyce at University College Dublin. And I was writing. I was a big writer then. I have an MFA in creative writing from Arizona State University. And this year, I thought it was last year. Last year, I'm a member of the Stygian Society, and they do a lot of, they're real active. I was talking to Holly Rhiannon today. Link to any channels or people I mentioned below in the description box. But so we were talking about things. We're going to get her back on the show. We're booked up till March. But so I had 2 poems in their original anthology, and several booktubers are in this. And then this year, I had 1 poem. The first poem started off this zine, January 2024. I'm not going to read it to you. Read them to you. I had some art in the Garbology that came out in August. I will show you this. It's framed over there, but it's that one. Make a good back tattoo or something. Huh? So writing, I'm talking about writing. Tarot and Kabbalah. I've been into Tarot and Kabbalah for 45 plus years. That's right. Ever since I was like 15. And I have my oldest tarot deck. It's small. Look, fit in your hand. But this is the Hanson Roberts deck. And I really adore it. I was talking to MJ about tarot last few days too. So tarot and Kabbalah with a Q. Jewish mysticism. I know the Hebrew alphabet, and it coincides precisely with the major arcana, with the 22 major arcana keys, the 22 main letters of the Hebrew alphabet. A lot of correspondence with that. And I've been in different societies, Thelema, Aleister Crowley. Used to be a temple. They moved it in Portland, but I was part of that when it was close by. Golden Dawn, my temple was Isis Temple, number 14 in Ontario, California. And I also went through the BOTA. That's where this card, we get cards like 4 times a year, but you can get through their lessons in 5 years. It took me a little while. It took me 13 years, but through monthly lessons. So I did that. Talking about art. I've been doing art since I was a wee lad, winning awards and like lessons. I won a lesson in 1st grade at the Toledo Art Museum. Just blew me away. A bunch of us did, you know, little kids. Music. You see I just was at the guitar shop today. I'm getting a new bridge pickup, new strings on. And, it's a little fretwork on my Squire Telecaster. Drugs and alcohol. I've been, basically open about that. They had a lot of stories about it, about partying, and then in recovery too. And I'm open to talk about that. Mental health, huh? I've been crazy with the paperwork to prove it since I was, 13. I don't know which came first as far as the drugs and alcohol or the medication, right? Seriously. Been through a lot of therapies, group therapy, individual therapy, dialectical therapy, CBT, that's cognitive behavioral therapy. I've been through Gestalt therapy. That's when you sit a chair down and put your mom or father or brother or partner in it and yell at them. I've been through this Gestalt therapy. I've been through, how about ECT therapy, commonly known as electrical convulsive therapy, or back in the day, shock therapy. Ask me about that. Jails and prisons. That relates to drugs and alcohol. I've been in the jail many times back in the late 80s and 90s in Arizona, Phoenix, with Sheriff Joe Arpaio. It was a literal hell, dungeon. It was a gulag. It made prison. People would want to go to prison. I've been there a few times in Arizona too. I have not been in trouble since I moved up here in 2011. That's a fact, Jack. Childhood. I had an excellent childhood. Did I have a picture to hold up of my childhood? This kind of reminds me of a idyllic childhood, but called The Lady in Red. It was like the American dream. Homemaker, mother. My father was a retired fighter paramedic, so it was great to grow up with those people. Our basement was a pub, though. Guinness on tap in the refrigerator, tapped through the wall, full bar thing. Poker table, TV, pool table, foosball table, air hockey, pinball machine, couches, pachinko on the wall. Our phones had, those old school break the glass and for the telephone. That's what our telephone was in that fire department. So in the 80s, I admit to living in the past a wee bit. I talk about high school a lot. Had a lot of old cars I'd work on, being close to Detroit and that. And then my BookTube history. I've been doing BookTube for 7 years. This year is going to be our 7th, Faulkner in August. Hashtag Faulkner in August with my partner, Brian at Bookish. So, thanks for letting me talk so long. I appreciate your time and consideration. So I'll wait for a period of time, 2-3 days, maybe a week. Ask me here, ask me in Boxer. You don't have to give your name if you want to remain nameless, but let's have some fun. I appreciate you, and I'll talk to you later.